Hello everybody, and welcome to my third Resistance 3 Weapons Guide review and class setup. Today we're going to be running with the Rossmore 239 Combat Shotgun, which, let me go ahead and say, is probably a pretty good potential close quarter weapon. It is the first among the two close quarter weapon category that I prefer, and if anything, it's a pretty decent shotgun. So let's go ahead and explain why it is. But there are a few problems with it, though. I will get to that later. And let me go ahead and explain my class setup I've got right now for my abilities. My first ability is the Bubble Shield, which I use it effectively, if not more, than anything really. The Bubble Shield will allow me to at least get away and kind of escape and hide and kind of, keep away from the enemy. And basically, I also use it as a luring tactic. If an enemy sees me and chases me down and I just want a quick kill, and I don't want to have to deal with all that bull crap of having him, me come to him and him come to me instead, I whip out a bubble shield, trick him, and then while he runs into my bubble shield, he gets a face full of lead. That's one hell of a good thing, if you ask me. Not to mention my second ability is the dash, which you saw a couple of seconds earlier, that I used to basically raptor my way to the enemy. I use it to either get away, or if my enemy's starting to get away and I can't really sprint to him because we all have the same sprint speed, unless we have body armor on, which would be level 2, which will increase your movement speed. I use dash to make a quick dash to the enemy and blow him out with a point-blank shot, which totally could be used as a lethal combo. Now, although I keep saying that the shotgun is a pretty good shotgun, it does have its few potential problems. Let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? It is a one-shot potential weapon. Yes, that is true. But you have to at least be 5 meters away to quite possibly get a one-shot off, if lucky. And they have to have at least half health if, over 5 meters away from your current position. Now, if they are at least 10 meters away, it usually is about I want to say about a 2-shot, if non-upgraded shotgun, But if you do upgrade, let's get into the primary fires first before we go ahead and get into what the upgrades are. The primary fire on the shotgun fires off about maybe 8 or so pellets of, shotgun buckshot rounds, which is capable of losing accuracy over time, kind of like a SPAS 12 or an 870 MCS that uses buckshot, or an M1014, where it does lose its accuracy over time. And this weapon does not come with slugs or anything. There are no upgrades to like bullet abilities or different bullet types on this game, so really it's just buckshot in general. But with an upgrade, it comes with a fire combustion ability. Now, if up close, about as you can see there, that was about maybe 5 to 10 meters away from me, the enemy did combust. Now, it takes at least maybe 1 to 2 shots to combust an enemy, depending on how far they are from you. If they are usually, once again, like 5 or so meters ahead of you, a 1-shot combust will do the trick. But do not rely on your fire as much as your actual potential firing rate. You need to keep up your shots as much as you can. If the enemy is not dead in the time that you are given to shoot the enemy, keep firing on him. All because he doesn't combust. All because he combusts doesn't mean you actually got him. That's something that you need to know about. And not to mention, the Kyro gun versus the Rossmore trick is not always true. All because the Kyro gun shoots at ice versus a shotgun that has fire doesn't mean that you're going to break the ice. No, that's nothing. Now, the attributes I'm going with is the tracker attribute, which allows me to see where the enemy's footsteps is, and if upgraded, it allows me to see cold versus warm. Cold being blue footsteps, and red being warm footsteps. I could use this to my advantage to flank an enemy and find out what their position is. Also, if an enemy goes invisible, I have a potential chance of seeing where he could be, thus taking him out. Now, my second attribute is Scan Jammer level 2, which Scan Jammer allows me to basically break the enemy's radar if up close. So, if anything, if I get too close to the enemy, they won't know where my position is, and I can get a potential kill that way. Another thing is, with Scan Jammer level 2, it allows me to not be spotted, allows me to not be tagged. Well, no, not that, my bad. Spotted and thermal vision are not allowed to be able to see me. If I can get away with flanking an enemy or flanking the entire team because they don't have any position of where I'm at. The hazmat suit's the one that protects you from magnum shots and bullseye tags. It also protects you from fire. Now, why am I not running with fire? Hazmat suit, my bad. Why am I not running with a hazmat suit level 2? Well, because, one, yes, I am playing with fire, but two, the fire itself is a long-range throw, so I don't really have to get close to the enemy just to take them out with a, Molotov or anything like that. I can just throw it and lob it and use it as kind of a floor pad. And yes, I am using Molotovs. Now, why am I using Molotovs? Well, I'm playing with fire already. Might as well just, make more crispy bacon, shall we? You probably should use the Molotovs to throw at the ground, kind of keep like a wall of fire, so if any enemy is trying to come at you and you're trying to take them out, you might as well just lob up a wall of fire and kind of keep them scared, but at the same time do a little bit of damage if they run in. Now, they have a hazmat suit, they can get away with that, but you never really know. Second, the secondary fire on the weapon is a concussion grenade, which does not do much damage, maybe 10% of damage to the health at least, if direct impacted or not. The secondary upgrade allows you to have a combustion shot to it as well as a primary combustion, which on impact will ignite the concussion grenade into fire and do quite a bit of damage. It could get you potentially 50% health off of an enemy if you're lucky enough. And if you're good enough, I mean, I guess you could say. Now, another thing you've noticed is my hip fire accuracy is not that good without Gunslinger. Either way, it wouldn't be that good anyway. My skills with the Rossmore are pretty low. I don't use it that often just because I have to get close, and I'm not a fan of getting close to the enemy. I'm more of, pick them off style. Kind of get them in the distance, medium range. But either way, I do think that the Rossmore is a potential weapon that could be used as a medium range weapon if, used correctly. Although, me using it correctly is not always the good thing. Now, I do believe on this game, since, Night Dog and Insomniac are the different people, yes, I will say this right now, the shotguns on Uncharted were supposed to be hip-fired only if you ever played Uncharted before. But on this game, you can at least aim in with no shotgun and get a better accuracy shot off. I don't know why I don't use that. I guess I figured I was in Uncharted mode, and I just decided to go ahead and, since with a shotgun, hip-fire it the entire time. That's just a habit of mine, since I do play Uncharted quite a bit often. And just something that, kind of was there at the time. Now, you can aim it with this weapon and possibly make the pellets go a little bit narrower to where you can get your shots in better, because the pellets in the entire game are pretty much going to be kind of useful after medium range because they'll start to spread out a little bit. This is what box shots do. Now, I want to say something now. The first round was a good round, but the second round will not be a very good round. So, if you're excited for the gameplay of the second round because you saw the first one was good, this is where the shotgun kind of loses my touch. Or I kind of lose touch in the shotgun itself. This is why I kind of don't want to use the shotgun that much. Mainly because of its effect at certain ranges. It's kind of a hassle to even do in the first place. Well, if anything, I would give the shotgun, if I hadn't said it already, a 4 to 5. It is a close quarter weapon, so I am not that big a fan of shotguns, really. I do have favorite shotguns, like the 870 MCS, the Remington in real life, 870 MCS, not a Call of Duty thing or anything like that. The Rossmore from Resistance 3 is a good one, yes, but once again, it's a hard to master weapon, and you have to get it just right. If you are good with a Rossmore and you know a few tricks and tips on your own that you've learned, well, that's good. You can go ahead and tell me, I guess. I don't care. I need every tip and trick of this shotgun I can get, because I'm not that really good with it. I get pretty much point-blank shots off, but then again, the shotgun just itself does not provide for me. Nothing wrong with the shotgun. Shotgun, again. Just, I can't do very good with it. I like this class, and I want to use this class to my advantage. Now, if you've also noticed, the dash and the tracker attribute combined is a reward that you are able to get, a medal, or a challenge, don't you would say. I'm just doing it because it seems like a nice, unique touch to the game. It actually is pretty I used it on the shotgun and thought it was very, very well done, and I just said, okay, well, this will be my class then. It seems to work out pretty well, at least my advantage. So, another thing about the bubble shield ability that you can use is, if you noticed earlier when I threw a Molotov in there and didn't kill myself at the first time, but if an enemy is chasing you and you kind of want to keep running back, if they run into your bubble shield, throw a Molotov to create another burst of ball of fire. That couldn't kill them off, or possibly scare them off, either way. But if you're in the shield at the time, you could catch on fire yourself. This is where hazmat suit could probably come in handy if need be. And as you've seen there, I did throw a Molotov at the shield again and killed myself instead, which was not a good thing because you gotta be really careful with that. You know, you gonna have to watch out for that stuff. Well, overall, let me explain some more things, I guess. The Rossmore shotgun comes with 8 shots, basically per magazine, I guess you could say. In a full clip, if anything. With Bandolier, you can get at least 10 shots in. Its reload speed is rather pretty fast, and you don't really need a gunslinger for it unless you want to get more hip-fire accuracy. You just really want that extra reload speed, and that's fine. But it does reload one shot every time anyway, so really it's just... You know, what's kind of the point, you know? I don't really see it as that useful. Now, you can see I keep getting a lot of good hip-fire shots off, but for some reason they just don't want to register that it did. It's just like, okay, well, you didn't do it, so good job. I'm like, okay, whatever. Other abilities that you can use would probably be Assassin with the Scan Jammer ability attribute. You could use that if you wish. You can use any ability, any attribute you wish to use on this game, but I go with this class of shotgun mainly because I know I'm going to be in close quarter engagements. Now, I do have a habit of using Spotter all the time, kind of just to upgrade, you know, get extra level up and stuff like that. But other than that, yeah, that's basically all I really do use. I don't really use heal beacons. I don't really use radar beacons. I don't really use much of the beacons anyway. Mainly because this weapon has enough ammo in itself to carry me through. And a lot of people do use the Rossmore still. A lot of the bullseyes, so picking up ammo here and there won't be much of a hassle for you. Bandolier upgrade to level 2 will give you a secondary fire as well. You can have two secondary fires instead of just one, along with, like I said, the increased clip on the primary fire. Now this could be used pretty well too, as you will have 2 shots instead of 1, and since it does about maybe 50% of damage if you let it kind of burn the enemy in general, if impacted, you can probably get a second shot just by using the secondary fire. I have done this before, I have used that before, but once again, I just made this class, threw it together, saw it was pretty good, and just wanted to use it.